how to develop a formidable mental model. Now, people will tell you left and right that this is impossible because of our goldfish brains and what society is tempting us to do. This is completely impossible. This is a task that cannot be done. But I'm here to tell you that this can certainly be done. Now, as a young man, if you're a woman watching my content, keep watching. It's just young men experience more lust, if you understand. In a world of deception, manipulation, and temptation, everything is everywhere. Furthermore, if you live in the Western world, you're screwed. Like, even I live in the Western world. TikTok, everything. Trust me, all these addictions will get to you. There's a small little list of what you might be doing. But you are fighting a war that you don't even know exists. It's a war on your mind. You see all of these external forces? They are very particularly specified to hit you, the viewer. Now, don't get me wrong. You tried all of these solutions. You tried to meditate. You tried to ignore them and you tried to despise them even. But they never worked. You just kept lapsing and lapsing and lapsing and lapsing again and again. When will you stop? Genuinely. So before I get into any of this, I'll tell you what won't work. Meditation, NoFap, accountability partners. You see how much people I've been seeing consulting and accountability. Oh, to get over your pee addiction, you have to be accountable. You have to get an accountability partner. What? How? It's a desire that you must eliminate. And I'll get into this in a second. Neither will deleting apps. People try to delete apps. You need Instagram to communicate. Delete Snapchat. I already deleted mine. TikTok, I create content on it. So deleting apps will never really work, especially if you have a successful mindset. You really want to achieve and achieve and achieve. The mic's working. I need to make sure the mic's working. So all these solutions you've gotten from a random guru that worked for them will probably not work for you. And that guru is profiting from your attention. Fake solutions. Genuinely. However, these solutions were found because you tried to find an answer. So props to you. Most people accept their cards they were dealt. So again, props to you. You're trying, at least. This will be the only video you need to watch on mindset or mental development ever in order to improve yours. So this is me. Before I get into the story, try not to get cringed by anything that you hear. When I was a little kid, I dreamt of going to the league, right? I constantly visualized myself dunking on my classmates. In bed, I would look up to the stars. We had popcorn ceilings, and the popcorn ceilings would make like dots. And I would connect those dots like me on the field with a 7 jersey or something like that. Just these things really resonated with me. So for the next 5 years, I committed my soul to the game. And I mean my soul. I was up early mornings, late nights, middle of classes. I would be in the gym. I would be my soul to the game. And I worked so hard to play the next game, to play the next day, right? What I mean by that is I worked to work. That's the most fulfilling thing you can do. Work for the sake of working. I wanted to play forever. So in my junior year of high school, I was ignored. As a junior in varsity trying to get into the basketball team, and which I inevitably got into, I loved the sport and believed I can go pro. Right? Even beforehand, I believed I can go pro. I believed I would be on OTE. I believed I was on overtime. If you're a hooper, you know what those are. Like in the 9th grade, 8th grade. Never happened, but that's what I believed. So after working countless hours, working on myself, on my game, I found myself spending countless hours on the bench. And, as a senior on the same team, I was warming the bench. Right, and I'm currently a senior, and the season's almost over. I'm still warming the bench. I think I can count the amount of minutes I've played it on my 2 hands. So I steeped into hopelessness. What would you do if I wasn't playing basketball? Sorry, what would I do if I wasn't playing basketball? Because the answer really was nothing. I didn't want to go to uni. I didn't want to get a job. I wanted purpose in this void that was created playing basketball. Because when it occupied so much of my life, when it was stripped away, at least for the time being, like I can't pursue a career right now other than spend too much time on the sport. I needed something to fill the purpose in this void. What saved my life was reminding myself who I was without the game, right? So I asked my friends what came to their mind when they thought of me. Some said good basketball player. Others said good grades. But most of them said discipline, willpower, and mentality. So I embraced who I was. I'll turn 18 in a couple of months, but I asked myself how I want to lead the rest of my life. Whether it's basketball, tennis, soccer, if the sport's defining your life, how do you lead outside of it? So I remembered what remained constant in my life. It's the ability to push through even the toughest of times. So with that, I'll give you the 5 key traits to developing a formidable mental model. And I mean formidable. So develop a creed or a motto. And I'm not talking about this creed. No way. In life, there is always a subconscious or conscious set of rules you live by. Now, for some of us, it could be as simple as don't steal. I was brought up in a Christian household. Don't steal, don't lie, don't commit adultery, etc. Right? These things are very natural, especially to the point where you don't even have to say it in order to live by it. So subconscious. It could also be don't misbehave, right? In school, don't run the hallways. Why not? Right? So, although we recognize it to be rules, these rules dictate our lives. I mean, although we don't recognize it, these rules dictate our lives. So even in our subconscious, remember the last time you went to bed? You didn't go to bed early because you didn't have the rule to go to bed early. But you have to wake up at a amount of time to go to job, to go to work, to go to school. Right? Imagine how powerful it could be if you made your own rules. But what people don't tell you is that you can make your own rules. And I'll explain. There's a cat inside my house. Anyways, so you recognize these people. Hopefully you do, at least if you're in this space. This is Kobe Bean Bryant and David Goggins. Yeah. Anyways, what do you make of them? What do they both have in common? Now for a second, before I give you the answer, what do you make of them? For me, as a hooper, obviously, quick story, I made Kobe Bryant to be an idol. Because, especially me, with my mentality and my mindset, that just to push through any adversity regardless. Like, this is who I am. People don't understand that I viewed this guy as some sort of a god. Like, he was mentally strong, mental fortitude. His whole online persona was absolutely perfect. And when I stumbled across David Goggins, I thought almost the same thing. But then when I got older, I did the calculations. I was like, how did these guys get the mentality that they got? And I'll give you the creed and the motto that they live by. So both live by their own personal creed. Bryant, you probably know, Mamba mentality. Becoming the best version of yourself every day. And then Goggins, a persona driven to be the hardest human on earth. Now I can say, he usually says baddest MF, but keep it family friendly, right? So for me personally, I have distilled my most successful individual common traits and created the Kaizen code. So, I mean, the most successful individuals. So I studied Goggins, I've studied Bryant. I've also understood what worked for me personally and what works for other people. Average Joe. and I distilled it to the Kaizen code. And I will get to this later. I'll probably make a whole other video about this. But if you're really trying to make your own creed, your own personal creed, which I urge you to, get out a piece of paper and a pen, and then write down your personal experiences of struggle and how you've overcome them. So for me, it was being benched. And for me, it was also my cousin's death, which, I won't probably talk about on this channel yet. But it's those little things. Write down your personal experiences and write down how you've overcome them. And before I get into this, overcome doesn't mean be successful financially. Overcome means how you've developed mental resiliency, how you've developed a stronger outlook on life, or different outlook on life. That's overcome via this struggle. Now, oftentimes this trait should be related, or it could be different, but it should be related as with hard work, bravery, courage, resiliency, consistency, etc. So these things, especially with the experiences that you have, when you say overcome, these are the things or the traits that should pop up. Before I get into the next one, the simple practice will give you the foundation of which you'll build your creed. Only the foundation, though. I'll give you Kaizen code later on, so stay tuned. Believe in your capability / potential. Do you know who this is? Yes, this man on the right here. This man was told in first grade that he was too dumb, too stupid to receive an education. All of his professors told his parents that he was, quote, not my words, mentally retarded. However, he grew up under his own set of rules. Back to creed, right? And believed in his own mental prowess. Keyword, believed. In short, he is the man who harnessed electricity. And although you've never seen his picture, he is known. This whole thing, man. Where's the delete button? Thank you. No. Thomas Edison. It's my first time really doing this. So belief is the heaven's second gift to mankind. Obviously, number one, especially if you read the Bible, it's love. But second is belief. If you believe in something, it will happen. Belief is so powerful that doctors manipulate it to heal patients. For you who've heard of the placebo effect, you can give a patient a random drug. Not a random drug. A drug that does nothing. Literally nothing. Like a water drug, H2O or something. And they will effectively get healed. Simply because they believe the drug works. People use it to manipulate others. Your friend probably uses your belief in your basketball career or your belief in your school that to get him homework done on the weekends or something like that. He's like, yo man, because you like to do schoolwork so bad, can you please do my assignment? Or something like that. They use to manipulate you. And societal systems are built to control you. You're a man, you can't do that. No, you can't do this. It's too far away. Billionaire. It's too far away, man. When was the last time you believed something good about your skills, talents, and abilities? When? Genuinely when? For me, it was back in the day that playing ball, 15, 16. And then I fell into this place of, what do I need to do? What do I want to do? And then I believe in myself again. But how about you? When have you believed? Society has the stigma that disables you from chasing and achieving your dreams. So you'll see what I talk about is hard work and creative ideas. This is what makes up the Kaizen code, which we will talk about later. But an actionable step to believe. Just take out your journal. And if you don't have a journal, buy one. You need a journal. And I can't stress this enough. If you can't have a relationship with yourself, you won't have a relationship with anybody else. Take out a journal. Write down all the things you'll be able to do next year. Write these down under the prop that all things are possible if we only believe. Think big. I'm gonna have 10,000 acres of land. Think big, think creative. Think weird. Just think. Doing this will add layers to the fortitude of your mind, protecting it from the infections of doubt, envy, and confusion. I believe doubt, envy, and confusion will forever be the big three pillars of murder. If you add lust, that's the big four. I think they will kill you, especially as a young man. So, if you still doubt, saying, I can't make it, I'm a loser. I don't want to make it, I just want to live a comfortable life. I think that's fine. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but I guess you're just destined to lose. You're just destined to lose. Right. The only thing you have control over is your own mind, and you have failed to tame it. So congratulations, you're a loser. But for those who are on the opposite side, saying I will take control of what I believe, I will take control of my thoughts, and believe in something different, this statement belongs to you. If you take control of what you believe, it will change what you perceive. Now, there are a lot of gurus around the law of attraction and that, but unfortunately, I'm not one of them, because I don't necessarily believe that if you believe that you attract certain things, that you get them. I'm not a big fan of that. But if you believe in a concept, you'll most likely perceive it to be true, alongside your hard work and your creative ideas. So, the third pillar of building a formidable mental mindset is perceiving work differently. Oftentimes we're conditioned to work when we have to. Think about work, homework. We were built to do the work and then have fun after. So essentially what you're saying here is work is a poison and work is a burden, and we yearn for vacation. The amount of people that I hear about vacation, especially the old ones, 2 more years of hard work, right there, like with the cane, 2 more years of hard work, and I'll be able to go to Turks and Caicos. You come back from a dreading day at school, looking to replenish your strength somewhat, but in reality, you have that assignment. You go to work, despising the time you spend there, and you come back fiending for entertainment and escape. This is the reality for 99% of people. This is the 4 main perceptions of genuine work. Now, before we talk to this concept, think about you, your work, your school, whatever you're in. Most likely you have to work, right? It's just the teachers are on you for some reason that you have to do this work. Think about that. Why is it that I feel that work is so infectious to my system, my mental model, and to my physical body? 4 main perceptions of work is I get to work versus I have to work. So many people think I have to. Right here. People believe it is a detriment to work, making them have to get work done by the end of the day. However, the correct way to think about it is, I am lucky God has given me another chance to prove myself to Him. Or statements like such. If you're not choosing the right work, we'll get into that in the Kaizen code. That's a different topic. But if you are choosing the right work, this should be very simple. To be like, thank you, God, for giving me another workload today. Thank you, God. Working to level up, to get the skill, level up, etc. The masses disregard their skill acquisition and don't care about their level. So they They try to, sorry, I'll just keep going. No wonder their lives are so mundane, because they slay the same demons every day. Slay every day. So they slay level 1 demons every day, every day, every day, every day. It's like the goblins coming up, running at you every day. You're not looking to level up. So to be successful, you must look towards the next level. How can I improve? How can I become better? Now, I included a picture of my favorite video game. It's called Sifu. And this guy essentially lost father and mother due to murders. And he levels up, defeating all of them piece by piece by piece. Now, if that's not a realistic example of what you should be able to do financially, mentally, physically, then I don't know what is. You should be looking to level up every day. Working hard and working smart. Now, people have this misconception, but I'll define them at the beginning first. The only definition of working hard is aligning all 100% of your time, energy, and effort into a particular task to achieve a particular goal. And that's the only definition of working hard. Only one. There's no other definition. Anything else is easy. Take a rest is easy. Sleeping is easy. 100% of your time, energy, and effort. I'm not saying don't sleep. I'm saying get your 9 hours of sleep. But beyond that, every single ounce of your day should be working hard. Investing time, energy, effort into a particular task. Now, people with the same mindset as I have to work people will never break out of this chain. They will never. Time, energy, and effort is something that is poisonous to them, and they want to save, right? We're taught about this saving mentality. It's so scarce. Money is scarce. Our time is scarce. Our energy is scarce, so we just save it all. But no, you must not. Don't fall into the trap of relaxing and going back to work for 30 minutes. That's not working hard, because anyone can do that. It's easy. Anyone. If you do not line 100% of your life towards your goal, at least start with 50%. Because I understand the obligations that some of you have. For me, I have school. Aside from school, and even in classes, I'm working on projects like this. Trying to get them particular, attention grabbing, and value driven. Now, working smart. Now, this is the essence that combats working hard. By the way, I talk about the interplay of working hard and working smart and how to effectively incorporate both in the Kaizen code, which we'll get more info about later. Achieving your goals through the investment of creative energy and the specific usage of resources. If you think about chess, this is exactly what it is. Creative energy, specific usage of resources. What are my talents? So internal resources and external resources. What do I have? Do I have clout? Do I have money? What do I have? And then investment of creative energy. So what should I do? So this is epitome, of working smart. Alongside working hard, working smart is a skill that one must master. Now, there's this contradiction going around that if you work smart, you must not work hard. Smarter, not harder. You have to do both. It's so funny how to see, like, you drink water and you eat food. It's literally the same thing. You eat and you exercise. It doesn't matter how good your diet is. If you don't exercise, you're not going to reach your max. It's the same thing. You must have diet down, your work hard, and then you must have your exercise down, your smart work, so that you can build your body to the fullest potential. So again, in my Kaizen code, which will come up inevitably, I thoroughly describe how to masterfully adjust working hard and working smart. So again, Magnus Carlsen, chess, it's actually the perfect example. It's actually the best analogy I can bring up for working smart. Chess, it doesn't require much. Now, don't give a F about what others think. Don't give a F. Why would you? As social creatures, it is only natural to care about what our friends think about us. I completely agree. However, in the new age of social media, as the standards surge, we only become more and more self-conscious. I mean, think about how much guys with ripped bodies you've seen. If you're a young man, if you're female, think about how much women with beauty makeup look beautiful, sharp to the extent of perfection. This puts us into a state of uncomfortable external validation that we only need to use to constantly remind ourselves that others are just human. To do this, you're going to have to not care. That's my brother in the washroom. I'm trying to talk over his loud steps. To do this, you're going to have to not care. It's the only way to reverse, and it's the only way to embody a successful frame and strengthen your mental model further. You're just going to have to not care. It's just that easy. Now, I'm not saying be a psycho. Why is he taking a shower right now? If you guys can hear this, I'm sorry, but it's so distracting. But don't become a psycho and absolutely harm everybody. And I'm not going to say how you harm them by just like going around lavishly. No, I don't care though. I don't care. I can just use anybody however I want. No. You're just going to have to not care. This not care embodies a successful frame, because people, they're always going to critique you. They're always going to critique you. You always critique people, so you can't really judge them. But they're always going to critique you. So don't care. So, if you made it this far into the video, congratulations. You've gotten the 4 main pillars of building a formidable mental model. But you may have mentioned, oh my days, bro. You may have noticed I did not mention my last point. It is to establish the Kaizen code. Now, this code serves as the ultimate mental model to uphold on your journey to success. This teaches how to deal with being benched in real life, and all the way to becoming genuinely successful. Not just through money, which I know most people materialistically want money. I will tell you how to make it through money via your mental model. But it's not just through money. It's through work, and it's through your goal setting as well. So, of course, establish the Kaizen code. It's currently under construction. I'm consistently working on it right now. After recording this, I'm continually working on it. But it will be released by March 25 this year, and I believe that's in 2 weeks. Sign up to the newsletter in the description. The newsletter gives you exclusive access to video ideas and specific consulting advice. For the newsletter, I understand your persona, I understand who you are, because you are devoted to building your mental model and your discipline. So it's much more easier for me to give consulting advice and for me to explain concepts, or at least open your eyes about certain topics. I'm very particular in my newsletter, but in my YouTube channel, I have to reach a general or broader audience. I say young men, young women, and I do this in order to appeal to people. But yeah, let me know if you enjoy this type of content in the comments below. If you see my YouTube channel beforehand, I was recording kind of monologue concepts, talking about discipline or such like that, etc. I think this type of concept, or this conceptualization with the whiteboards via Zoom, techie Zoom, is much more easier for people to understand. So let me know if you like it in the comments. But again, sign up to my newsletter. It's right here. Milkiest Times. Sign up.